In 1923, the University of Alabama offered Wade their head coaching position. What they got was an iron disciplinarian who immediately transformed the culture of Alabama football. Wade's players called him the Bear.
We ride with legends, we roll with pride. From Wade to Saban, the Crimson Tide. 18 rings, the record's clear. Dynasty built year after year. We teach the past, we preach the now. We break it down, show you how. From Bryant's grit to Bama's roar, we stomp the field and on the score. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. Basketball's rise, Oates leads the way. Final Four dreams in full display. Gymnastics flips with flawless grace. Champions born in every space. We honor hustle, we praise the grind. Every sport, every tight mind. From hardwood heat to balance beam. We rep the red, we rep the team. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. We don't just talk, we educate. Breaking down plays, we elevate Heisman runs and draft day fame. We know the stats, we name the game. Rivals tremble when down is near. We bring the facts, we bring the fear. The same just hype its legacy. The tide rolls deep in history. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lives and legends prove. So tune in loud, let the story unfold. Of crimson fire and heart so bold. We shine the light on every wind. From past to present we dive in. This show's for fans who bleed that red. Who know the names, the paths they tread. We're not just proud, we're certified. The voice, the pulse of Crimson Tide. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lies and legends prove. Around the herd, we speak the truth. Where glory lies and legends prove.
Roll Tide, roll Alabama Nation. Welcome to Tightsports, the Alabama football megacast. Alabama Nation, thank you for joining me today. I've been through a lot today. The new computer, it is not working well. But Tide Nation, lock me in. Let's talk about your Crimson Tide, the greatest dynasty the world has ever seen. Now, I'm going to just tell you, you look at that Ottoman Empire, they had a good run, but they ain't nothing like the Crimson Tide. I mean, they had nothing on my folks. Before we get settled, shake up and share a pound with a brother. Drop it right down on that subscribe button, because we are making a run to 1,000, because 999 just won't do. That's what the rules say. It will not do. Anyway, so hit that doggone button and settle in. We appreciate you joining me today, or we appreciate those that watch the rewatch. You know, most of you guys do the rewatch. Don't bother me none. Just watch it. But remember, if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, let the algorithm know what we're doing over here and poke that like button right in the eye. Just poke it. Poke it, poke it. Welcome to my TikTok people out here. I'm trying to run both platforms. If you drop a comment in there, I may get to it. It's easy for me to do it on the YouTube, but I talk casually with my people here at TikTok, you know, away from the show. So where we at here? How's that song sounding? Is that too much background for y'all? Is that?
This is a WTITHP.
I'm trying to leave that down. It hit so hard. I think it's hit too hard. Please let me know if that's basically garbage. I'll change it. I have no problem. I have no, I have no problem with the fact that I may be playing some garbage out here. Folks, we got a lot to cover today. Let's get to it. If, Alabama fans, Tide faithful, listen to me and listen close. We aren't just talking about practice. We're talking about a DNA of the Crimson Tide being rewritten before our very eyes on the Thomas Drew field. We are 4 or so practices in, the pads are popping, the helmets are knocking, and if you can smell the suffer and the sweat and the championship ambition in the air, if you don't smell that, you better check your pulse because they make some things happen over there. I can't guarantee it's going to work. I think we're going to get 2 additional wins, but it's happening over there right now. But before we get to the football, we got to talk about, folks, a championship moment. Yeah, listen to me. If you thought the speech in Tuscaloosa was just reserved for the gridiron, you haven't been paying attention. We aren't just fast. We are globally elite. We got globally elite speed on the campus at the University of Alabama. Let me tell you something. Samuel Ogazi, say the name. Say the name. Saturday, March 14th at the Randall Tyson Track Center. This man didn't just run, He didn't just run a race. He staged a hostile takeover of the record books. We're talking about the 400-meter national championship. Got the national title. Don't just look at the trophy, look at the clock. 44.57. That's not his personal best. That's a new Nigerian record, the new African record. That is the number 3 in the history of the NCAA and number 4 indoor time ever recorded on this planet. He is the only human from being outside North America in the world's top 10. Do you hear the gravity of that? When Samuel Ogazi hits the track, the air just doesn't move, it screams. It was a heavyweight fight through the final straightaway. Florida had a guy up there named Justin Braun. No, he ain't no chance. Justin Braun was breathing down his neck. He clocked in at 44.67. That's cute. That was the 9th fastest time ever. But Ogazi had the Crimson Tide finish him, energy in him. He you don't know if he was focused on, I don't know if he saw Bear Bryant down there, Stallings, or it was, I don't know, maybe it's just saw his home, maybe saw a girlfriend down there. It's already fast because he was talking to this dude with the water bottle. He pulled away by a 1/10 of a second to claim the throne, but he wasn't done. No. Y'all thought he was gonna go to the Gatorade and put his shoes up. No, he wasn't done. He jumped back out there on the oval with his teammates, Sakuyu, Taurus Origat, and Alexander Osayemi to take the national runner-up. Just this close in the 4x400. That's how fast 4 people can run a mile by playing tag. And let's not forget, Doris Limgo showed that, she's built different type of courage in the 5,000 meters. Coach Dan Waters said they're regrouping for the outdoor season. They're about to go outside now. They ain't cold no more. And we're not going to just cover the Tide. We're going to ride with the Tide. And right now we're moving up, moving at the speed of light, literally and figuratively. So congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. And one more thing before we get to, it's still in football, but I'm going to talk a little bit about our man, the man who hung in there with us, Mr. Ty Simpson. We're talking about a young man who has that it factor, a man who bled crimson, who waited his turn with the patience of a saint and is now ready to explode on the professional scene. I'm talking about the one and only Ty Simpson. This man, check the tape. The NFL world is waking up to what we found out. I wrote down years, but what we found out over the last 15 months, Ty is the man. Yeah, pro football rumors, he out there dropping dimes, the people talking to him, and really going into the doggone draft, everybody, this is a weak quarterback draft. And it still is, which is in Ty's advantage. Now, I'm going to try to be as non-biased as possible. But they're projecting Ty as a first-round lock to the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 1. And I'm going to just say, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. They're talking about him sitting behind a legend like Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to call him sitting behind a fossil like Aaron Rodgers because the legend has been retired. His brain checked out and his body checking out next. Can you imagine learning the dark secrets from the pocket from a Hall of Famer like Aaron Rodgers? Hopefully he don't teach him the witchcraft that goes with it, allegedly. All the other stuff, and whether he's going to take this drug, but we're not going to take these drugs. You know how Aaron Rodgers get down. I want the man gone. That man needs to start Ty Simpson's first year. Worked at Alabama for the most part, except for the blocking. This isn't just a draft pick. This will be a heist. I'm telling y'all let my Pittsburgh Steelers get Ty Simpson, and all I got is 2 words: Super Bowl. 3 years. But let's get this straight. You don't dare call him inexperienced. Pundits are saying, he got 1 year as a starter. We saw growth. We saw footwork. We saw defense found out that we couldn't do nothing but throw the ball, and they attacked that man. He still kind of producing wins. 1 playoff wins with no run game. Huh? You know what I'm saying? We saw a young man manipulate the secretary with his eyes, drop 50-yard dimes like he was throwing a quarter in a bucket. He did everything. He got that twitch. He can do it. I mean, we needed a line that could work together. And by the way, all those linemen that we let get up out of here, yeah, all of them are going into NFL camps, but they're gonna teach them how to work together because that wasn't our forte under our previous offensive line coach. Glad to see he landed on his feet. I saw him on the field down at Auburn. They thought he was gonna be down there as a consultant and he helped him with recruiting. He was right where I wanted him to be, out there working with that offensive line coach, giving him everything he got. So, where'd he get him, Cap? Anyway, Ty Simpson, he's going to go in as a QB2 somewhere for a reason. He got that pedigree. He's a coach's kid. He got arm talent. He makes them scouts drool out there like he had him at the combine. More importantly, he got that Bama DNA, baby. That's what you need out there. Better ask Philadelphia. He didn't run for the portal when things got tough. He stayed, he competed, he led, and he's the definition of the words built by Bama. Who else is, completely built by Bama. So whether he's wearing the black and gold in the Steelers city or lighting it up somewhere else, just know that Ty Simpson is a franchise changer because some of these quarterbacks should not even be in the NFL. Y'all know it. 32 teams, according to some experts, they got 10 quarterbacks. 32 teams, some people say 15 quarterbacks. 32 teams, some people say like half of them should have stopped playing a long time ago. But, Ty, he could be lightning in the bottle and a thunderstorm on the horizon for every defensive coordinator. I'm telling you right now, Pittsburgh, if you let that man slide past 21, you are just missing out on a player. You're missing out on the future. I think he has what it takes to take our defense, keep it off the field, add our run game to it, and our improved line, make a couple tosses to hopefully a 2nd round, 3rd round receiver and a free agent, and we can go to playoffs until he learned how to play in the NFL and take us to the Super Bowl. In 3 years. To Ty, thank you for the memories. Thank you for the wins. We're 100% all in on your journey. Go be great as always. Roll to Ty Simpson. Now back to the doggone practice field. Boy, they got stuff going on out there. It's good stuff. On the practice field. You go over to Coleman Coliseum and it's something completely different. So this isn't a rebuild or a transition. It's like a stampede. We got new faces coming in, new coaches out there, new energy. Frankly, it's electrifying. I'm all in. Hopefully you're all in. And right now the Crimson Tide is looking like a freight train with no brakes. Huh? It's like they got monsters being built in that field. You got the blind side anchor. I can't call it. I can't tell you what a good lineman look like or nothing, but I'm going to start right here in the trenches where everybody wanted change. Jackson Lloyd has been named starting left tackle. That's blind side. I think everybody is right-handers. I don't even know if they hit yet. I don't even know if they hit nobody. Ryan Grubb, the mastermind offensive coordinator, didn't just come to play games. He came to set set the tone. He just dropped the bomb on the whole SEC. He said red shirt sophomore or red shirt freshman Jackson Lloyd, 6'7", 317 pounds of pure, unadulterated red shirt power. He didn't say he was competing for a spot. He didn't say he was in the mix. He didn't say he was getting some looks. He didn't say he looked good down at the drills. That man said he's H-E-S, the left tackle. He's the guy. When I first heard it, I looked at him. I said, yeah, it's still March. Now, some people are asking, is it too early? Is it too okay? You getting out of beyond your skis there, coach? I guess not. So when you see a thoroughbred, you don't wait for the final lap, to call it. What are the coaches seeing? They're seeing a freak athlete. That's what Michael Carroll called him. And Michael Carroll's going to be on the right side doing the same thing he was doing last year, splitting time with Wilkins Formby. Wilkins Formby got moved to the guard. They left the Fedman in there, so we might as well just put him back out there. That's how I thought we could do with Wilkins Formby, but he got beat out. So Michael Carroll is pretty much, he's been penciled in. It ain't guaranteed, but I'm going to go Michael Carroll on a guess. But we're talking about a kid who saw 41 snaps last year, right? But he spent every second of that time turning himself into a technical masterpiece. Because who was he behind? Possible first rounder, Caden Proctor, who gave up 2 sacks last year. So when he got tired, who they sent in? Jackson Lloyd. Now they said he beat out Javen James already, a man with 500 SEC snaps under his belt in 4 days. I don't know what they was doing. I don't know. Maybe they just lined to get a no disrespect. Maybe they get somebody, one of them little cars, just run it up there and see who can stop it. If you let one of the tires run over you or something, then, maybe they just do something like that. What's going on with the boo? Roll Tide row. That tells me that Jackson isn't just winning on size, because he's big. He's winning on will. You know what I'm saying? He's protecting the blind side with the level of stability that we haven't seen, since Caden Proctor walked away. 2 sacks. SEC, that's pretty good. To name a starter before the first fully padded practice, that's not a decision. That's a coordination. That means you done seen enough in the weight room and all that stuff to say, them bad, he good. And like I said, Michael Carroll is in the fight for the right tackle, and I think he's going to probably end up getting that. I don't have a problem with it because it seems like coaching was our problem last year. The coaching was a problem. That's why he had to move on. But, could this be Ryan Grubb jumping over Coach Clem? Because Coach Clem just got it, 6 weeks ago? Did they work together on this? Because if it don't work, are they going to blame Coach Clem or are we going to blame the guy who's been there for 2 years? Not questioning, I'm just saying. I got this finger. It's my left hand. This is my blame finger. Whose fault was it? But the heart of the defense, talk about that next. Caleb Woodson and the linebacker battle. Talking about this defense, we lost some legends. We lost Lawson, Jefferson, they're gone. And there's a void in the middle of that 4-2-5. It's more like a canyon. You got linemen over here, and you definitely got DBs up here. In the middle, there's nothing. Nothing. The void is vacant. Enter Caleb Wilson, transferring from Virginia Tech. This man didn't just walk in the locker room. He has occupied it. Coach DeBoer is already calling him a captain type guy. You hear that? That's leadership. You can't coach it. I try to give it to my kids. I tell them to go out and read this book, read it. Yeah, you're a leader or you're not on that football field or in life. You can't coach it. You can't fake it. But you certainly can't ignore it when you see it. You've seen it before. But Wilson is like he's 6'3", 238, and he plays like he got a personal vendetta against the guy who just got the ball. No matter what zip code he's in. He's a professional. He's in the film room while everybody is sleeping. He's at the facility, using every resource available to get better. And the coaches are seeing that. That's why he is projected to get that sting or that mic spot, and I guess he's going to be the green dot guy coming straight off the street. But the battle is fierce. You got QB Reese, a redshirt sophomore who's been waiting for his moment. And Luke Metz is also pushing hard. And I love it because we got some other guys in there. And like I said, I wouldn't care if we can have a main 3 middle linebackers that can play either side, that can wear that green dot and call all the plays. And then you got a backup 3 who can rotate in at either spot. That would be great because we know, man, twisted ankles, jammed fingers, broken thumbs, they happen. They keep people out a couple of the games or a quarter or something. You got the referees out there throwing flags for, whatever, just messing us up. So we need to have good backups. Womack needs this defense dominant, not good, not solid, but elite. And don't you dare think the skill positions are just sitting there idle. No. Daniel Hill, if you ain't heard, he is looking like, he's going through like a transformation. He's down to 230, looking mean and explosive. Like he got a new gear out there. He wasn't never slow though. I just want to reiterate, he was never slow, but he got a new gear. It's like he took a what's a good 5-speed car and he turned that thing into like a 6-speed farm. He got a 6th gear now. When he hit that hole with this improved burst, all linebackers are going to, you don't need a head start just to catch his jersey. And you better hope you don't have a tearaway. He gone. Rico Scott, the speed is real, folks. Still clocking 23 miles an hour. I mean, I know I've hit 21 miles an hour running to the Thanksgiving table and running to the Christmas tree, but I don't think I ever got to 21. I don't think I ever got to 23 miles an hour. He stayed, he's fought. He decided not to leave, and he's pushing for one of those top 4 spots. That's right, we need 4 receivers ready to go. But the good thing is we got about 7 of them that can make it happen. And, the heartbeat, our new leader, the guy who seemed like just yesterday, he was just 17 years old, Ryan Coleman Williams. The boy is praising his evolution. And he's not just a playmaker anymore. He's a veteran. He's out there setting the standard for the freshmen. He's been a leader. I don't think he's the oldest. He's not the oldest receiver on the team, but he may be the oldest one who was a starter last year because we don't have a lot of starters coming back. So somebody snuck out and they put out some depth charts and some ideas of way too early depth charts. They hit the wire, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk to you about this, Alabama Nation, and see what y'all think. They're still too close to call when it comes to the most key battle of all. Austin Mack or Keelan Russell? I still believe, because of how they're lining this team up, they're going to give Austin Mack his shot. And it's up to him to keep Keelan on the bench. And it's up to Keelan and his agreement and his compensation to stay there and wait, because I don't think they don't want this to be a situation where, Austin comes back and he needs a second year and start. No. They want Austin to have the same type of year that Ty had so he can get gone and give Keelan 2 years maybe, but he may have a get gone in his doggone policy. You know what I'm saying? He may get in there and do better than Austin Mack. And Ty, he'll be gone, and we'll be on the Taken Kawa or whoever else is back there. So that is still too early to call. But they are saying that Russell has that Bryce Young magic. But I would say tell you like this, Russell. So Bryce did not have that. He didn't have that his freshman year, but he has been on campus for a while, and we'll see. Because I used to say, when I saw out there, I said, man, somebody come get this baby off the field. He was just rolling balls down the road. It was crazy. Daniel Hill, we talked about him. He's a safe bet to get that first snap, but I think AK did. They got to rotate 3 backs. I mean, it's just too talented of a backfield. No need for anybody to get tired out. The key is going to be, I know Daniel Hill can catch. I know he can pass block. What can the others do? If they can't do that, unfortunately, Daniel Hill could be playing by himself, which is not what we want. We want a 3-back rotation, some kind of 60-65, 30-10 split, something like that. We want to be able to have people that can get that experience for next year and keep it growing. EJ Crowell is there. He's a stampede. He got a stampede factor. That's my factor. Like how you played before you got here. He got a stampede factor of a perfect 10. This man, he played against good, decent talent, And I think he got a chance of getting on the field to make it happen. We already know about our main receivers. You know, you got Coleman Williams, you got Lassell Brooks, and you got Rico Scott. That's just pure breed, pure deep speed. These guys, it's all going to be like Keelan Russell has a chance. If Austin Mack don't have no real consistent zip on the ball, which I already heard that Keelan Russell does have, it's going to be tough to throw to these guys because some of these guys coming out of a break or making a subtle move, you got to hit them guys while they running. Throwing that stuff while they sitting down into the middle of a zone is stupid. They ought to be running through. Now, also, we have we talked about Lassell Brooks, sophomore now. We probably have him for 2 more years only. You know, he's explosive. That's what he is. He stays healthy. He's gonna have a fantastic season because he had impact last year, and he had very few looks, but he made the most of his opportunities. I think Rico Scott, he's gonna turn it on this year. I think Rico Scott has a chance to be like just step right into where Jeremy Bernard left off. If he's been studying the playbooks, if he feels healthy, I think he'll get the opportunity. Because I think because we will have better offensive line play, it's going to make everybody better. And Noah Rogers coming in from NC State, the transfer from NC State, redshirt junior, does he step into the Isaiah Horton role, or is he a better blocker? Is he a possession receiver? Does he have speed to get down the field? I'm not really sure right now. I'm putting the film together on all of our transfers. I'll probably get it out hopefully before the summer. And you cannot forget about this man right here, the highly touted true freshman wearing number 8, who idolizes Julio Jones, Cedarian Morgan. Let me tell you something. The man is a freak. I saw him drop a ball in practice. I almost passed out. But the man is a freak. I mean, the body is like 6'3", check, ripped up. He ain't got no stomach like this. I ain't even gonna front. He ain't got this right here. You take you 3 kids and 20-something years of marriage, get this right here. He ain't got that. And you don't want him to have that at White House. He don't have that. But they're saying the man is he's learning fast. And that's kind of the same thing they said about Lassell Brooks. So then you got Jackson Lloyd. We talked about Jackson Lloyd. We talked about Michael Carroll. Talked about Caleb Woodson versus QB Reese. And then I don't know how they did it, but somehow the coaching staff was savvy enough not to only have, Dijon Lee, Zay Brown. They couldn't go to the NFL now if they wanted to, because I think Zay can go after this year. Dijon Lee still got this year, next year, we got to wait. But Keon Saab and Bray Hubbard being in that doggone backfield, lining up the defense. Hubbard led the team with 4 interceptions. I'm telling you, between Red Morgan and these other guys, the other 4 guys I mentioned, no fly zone. No fly zone. Not saying they're never going to give a touchdown up. Not saying nobody's going to get beat. But they probably going to have more turnovers this year, probably twice as many, because they're that good already. I guess that depends on what the defensive line does for them. Does that create enough pressure to get people to throw into mistakes? That's what I'm hoping at least. But listen, this is Alabama, man. We ain't playing for no participation trophies. Jackson Lloyd didn't come down here just to look around and wait his turn. He wasn't in fault for that thing. He's made a statement already. And here comes Caleb Woodson. He walking past everybody, He coming there like, you gonna eat your cornbread. He taking 4 snaps, man. 4 snaps. I like it. I like it. I love it. So this team is young, they're hungry, they're playing with swagger. They're gonna have to beat each other up because they don't have enough experience playing together. This is still the standard, folks. I want the best for the Tide. From what I'm seeing, the best is exactly what we're getting, and so we're gonna keep our eye on them. But right now we're gonna transition. I'm talking about basketball. Oh, we're gonna talk about basketball. We're gonna talk about basketball. In basketball, we're not gonna boo. We're not gonna boo. We saw this coming. We're talking about Crimson Tide basketball program. We're talking about it right now. Today we're drilling down to the brutal reality of the last few days in Tuscaloosa. Look, man, I love Coach Oates and the excitement he's brought in this system. The man brought a modern revolution to Coleman Coliseum, but man, we got to be real, man. What we witnessed in Nashville, the SEC tournament, it wasn't just an upset. It was a system failure, especially when you almost beat these suckers by 20 points not too long ago. They went to Bridgestone Arena, man, as the number 2 seed, ranked 15th in the nation, fresh off of sweeping Auburn into dust. And what happened? We ran into a 15-seeded Ole Miss squad that had lost 12 of their last 13 games, and they owned the Crimson Tide from the beginning to the end. They led for 39 minutes, 99 seconds. They led for that long till we kind of was down by 1. We couldn't even get a shot off, man. That's unacceptable. We lead the nation in scoring at 91.7 per game, but we are sitting here again, 352nd in points allowed. I'm gonna boo that. I just look. Do you hear me? 352nd. That's 3 digits. It's 360 some teams in the whole thing. That's horrible. We're giving up 83.5 points a night. Coach Oates is demanding a pace that will make a jet engine overheat. And right now, the oil is leaking, and the turbines of this thing is screeching. We are burning through our defensive energy, by the second media timeout because we're just sprinting up every possession, man. It's just they walk it up and they go fast, or they run it up and they shoot fast. The front court depth is completely wiped out. Got no more Bediako. We got rid of him in court. No Bristow, none of that. And now you got Aiden Sherrill. You're trying to get him to play Iron Man football in a basketball jersey. It's not fair to him. And then, what happens? Aiden Holloway. Oh, yeah. 2.1 pounds of the wacky weed. The numbers don't lie. They certainly don't care about your feelings. We are currently ranked first in offensive efficiency, but a dismal 291st in our defensive efficiency, creating a violation. It's creating a violation that's my heart, but a volatile cocktail of live by the 3, die by the 3 effort. We've all seen it before. LeBaron James is LeBaron Fallon is dropping, 28 points a game like he painting a masterpiece out there every week. But the squad is getting bullied on the glass, surrendering 40 rebounds per game to the opponents, proving that all the flashy transition buckets in the world mean absolutely nothing if you cannot secure the rock and finish a defensive possession without the other team scoring. The depletion is real. The tank is flashing red. Coach Oates has pushed the pedal to the floor for 4 straight months, but with a shortened rotation and a key loss of the interior. What you gonna do? The Crimson Tide is showing signs of just total system fatigue at the worst possible moment. And if these things continue, instead of digging in the dirt for stops, man, they are just looking for an early exit. From he could lose this weekend. They boys tired. Ran him in the ground. Were they not prepared to be running the ground, or they just tired? They're looking at a total collapse, man, that would turn this top seed potential into a turning point disaster before this weekend is even over. We could be at the house. So look at your bracket, man. Selection Sunday gave us a 4th seed in the Midwestern region, so we heading out to somewhere to Tampa to face Hofstra this Friday. And they not no joke. Nobody is at this point. I don't want to get embarrassed. But this is a 13-4. And if we show that same walkthrough mentality we had against Ole Miss, which I can't believe that Coach Oates couldn't fire the boys up. That's your part of your job too. Get them boys motivated. We're going to be on the wrong side of a highlight reel versus Hofstra. And if not them, the next team, if we allow them to see our vulnerabilities. The experts are already talking about it. They can see it. You know, Hofstra's a team that is fast, feared, and they fragile, but you got to break them. And to break stuff, you got to put your hands on it. If we're not putting our hands on being physical, it's going to be tough. If Coach Nate Oates doesn't find balance, if he doesn't realize that you can't win a national title just by outsprinting the Grim Reaper, then pack your bags now, man, because without defense, without rebounding, without a second win right now, the only thing we're waiting on for us in T-Town is a sad clown face and a long summer of what if. Man, we was number 4 team in the league. And we, you know, and I hate to be gloom and doom, but it's the truth. I've been saying it this whole time. Like, I did the list of the teams in the NCAA that have the name Alabama in them. There's like 5 of them. Is Alabama, is UAB, is South Alabama, is Alabama State. Alabama. We have the worst defensive efficiency, the worst defensive rating. Those are 2 different columns in the state of Alabama, and that's just terrible. And while we in this gloom and doom moment, you know, while we over here just, you know, getting ready for the 2026 season, I don't know if y'all know, man, but people said we walking into a buzzsaw with a couple other teams that were dominant. They're saying that, you know, they did a little article. It said 5 teams that are set to have a disappointing season. And yeah, Alabama made the list. And it's not only that we made the list. This is football, not the basketball. It's the other teams they put up here. Florida State. Since they got ice out of the playoff in 2023, the Seminoles have been stuck in the mud. Mike Norville calling plays because Gus Malzahn, you know, looked at the roster and looked at the porter and said, you know, I'm out right before retirement. I think he was run out. That's my guess. And they beat us in week 1 last year, but you know, even a blind squirrel can find a net. But lightning don't always strike twice in the same place. So with the SMU Mustangs and Miami Hurricanes breathing down their neck, Norville's seat is not just hot. It is a raging furnace. And you can expect a meltdown in Tallahassee before, you know, he leaves. Plus, they in a lot of debt. That might keep him on. They're in so much debt, they can't be owing nobody else no money. They may keep him on just so he can. They may keep him on just so they don't owe nobody nothing else. Then they call an Ole Miss a volatility vortex. Talking about Lane Kiffin left them in a mess. Pete Golden, they say he can recruit, but he lost his whole coaching staff. He lost all his key pieces are gone. Trinidad Chambliss, that thing can turn in court at any moment. And, you know, Deuce Knight could be looking at the exit sign in the next year if Golden doesn't do anything great. Because, I don't know, if he gets money from Ole Miss and he can move on to another school, because that's what kids do these days, they can't win with the you know. You can't win with a roster that just doesn't, you know, got a lot of just question marks when it comes to SEC experience. At least they would take steps back. Like, you know, Kiffin's had them winning 9-10 games a year for a long time. So the thing is, in this state they're at right now, minus Kiffin, minus the coaches, question mark on the quarterbacks or the receivers or whoever, can they, and they had transfers out, will they get back to a normal Kiffin 9-10 win season? Forget the playoffs. They went on a run. The Rebels are about to find out that historic reasons don't have a sequel. Historic seasons don't have a sequel when your foundation is built on sand. It's just kind of shaky. Then they put these 2 teams together, and I totally disagree with this. They put Michigan and Clemson together. First of all, Kyle Whittingham is probably going to do pretty good at Michigan. But, you know, because he's a culture guy, but that doesn't protect your quarterback. They got to get their line together, but he is he's a good coach. You know, they got Oklahoma, they got Oregon, they got Ohio State to play. That's not just a schedule, that's an interrogation. But I think Kyle Whittingham, maybe he'll take a look. I mean, I don't know how much you can take a dip with your coach that been fired. The dip was last year. Your coach got fired for some shiggity. after he got arrested for some lies. Now he innocent. He ain't got no job. His reputation is taking a tarnish. So Kyle Whittingham could come in there and just win 10 games. I don't know. He's that good of a coach to me. But Clemson, on the other hand, Dabo is still screaming at the clouds. You know, talking about this transfer portal. He's trying to fix the portal. He need to try to fix his dang offense and defense, especially his offense. They finished 7-6 last year. That wasn't because of the portal. Because some other people that, you know, they had records better than 7-6. So I'm just saying, you the only one that got championship rings on. Huh? And they got beaten in the Pinstripe Bowl. Don't they play? They played it on Yankee Stadium, I think. Let that sink in. The Tigers are now just house cats. You know, we about to go back to the Tommy Bowden days when they was like, please take them off TV. He's not his daddy. That's what people just say, like, please do not put them on TV again. He is not his fault. If he lay another egg of a season, Dabo, he might retire to the beach before the bowl season even starts, man. You talking about a dynasty see, this, when people I guess that's my mindset. Oh, you know, the dynasty is over. You know, the process, they've been gone. I'm like, but we ain't doing this. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I got a whole nother tone I have to put on, you know, definitely not made for kids, explicit warning. If Alabama come in here and they are like 7-6, even without the boy with a national championship, when I see 8 something, I saw, what was that, my man Tez, he had his 8-4 this year, or his audience did. Yeah, I bookmarked that. I will address that at a later time. If we come in there, that's what I call a crumbling, falling apart doggone dynasty. You know, 4 wins is, 4 losses is 4 losses, but 4 losses in a national championship appearance is something else. Ask Dabo, he got 6 losses, no national championship appearance, and he's freaking out. So then, you know, SI and the haters, they want to talk about Alabama. Said we got 5 returning starters, and he said we vulnerable. But a lot of people played last year. Just please know that. They see the departures and they think the cupboard is bare. I don't know if they've met Ryan Williams. I don't know if they know about Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. You know, Caleb the boy is 20-8. That's pretty good in your first 2 years at T-Town. Go look it up. And they say that the seat for the board is high if he loses the Iron Bowl. Where is that? He loses the Iron Bowl. Please, to be a coach at Alabama, you have to be your own man. You have to thrive on pressure. The seat is never cool at Alabama. But to say that it's hot, I don't think so. You know, so y'all keep counting the losses up. You know, we're going to keep looking for the next ring, you know, taking ring sizes around the doggone locker room. So we're going to Tallahassee to get our lick back. Are we going to Tallahassee? I don't know. We're going to get our lick back. I don't care. We can meet them out there in the middle of I-75 for all I care. Or meet them in Jacksonville. We can meet in Dothan. It don't matter. And then we're going to get to marching through the SEC like we own the place. Because at 7-1, I think we kind of do. We were 7-1 in the conference last year. They usually mean something. Don't mean as much as it used to. But while everybody is playing for respect, you know, we're going to get them back. We playing for a throne, so stay locked in, man. And remember, you know, this I don't know how other people look at this, but you know, in the SEC, it's like if you ain't first, you last. So we was like second some kind of how because of how it worked out. That thing with that doggone, we went to that doggone Atlanta. That burnt my butt. I didn't want to be there, but you know. But you know, if you ain't first, you are last, or maybe you're just Clemson. But you know, we're gonna get. It's just kind of, I mean, I just gotta say, it just kind of pisses me off, man, because these guys are supposed to be professional. I'm sitting here, other people are sitting there looking at what the Crimson Tide are doing, and they're saying like, they're not falling apart. Things are trending this way. And a lot of the professionals, they worse than we are. They just doing this stuff for clicks and likes. Just purely, they ain't got no love. They got love for their money, I guess, and their paychecks. But this putting this on this list, I can think of a couple other people that they could put Penn State on this list. What has Penn State got going on that's making somebody say, "Oh yeah, they about to blow up Shaway"? No, they not. That man didn't blow up Shaway at Iowa State. He is not about to blow up Shaway at Penn State. Matter of fact, have they got more than 12 recruits signed yet? That's what I was looking at the last time I saw them. They were trying to get their doggone. They was at 5 recruits for a long time, and they finally got themselves to where they had about, I think, 12. But I ain't looked at them like in a long time because once Alabama came in top 5, I stopped looking at the doggone recruiting rankings. But to pick our spirits up before we get out of here, we got to look at that. I just want to pick our spirits up after the SEC tourney performance and talking about this dumb article right here. The SEC performance is like a performance of patheticism. Is that a word? And that doom and gloom article, man, just really kind of just has me irritated, had me thinking a certain type of way. But all good men like myself got to turn to the ladies of the Tide to brighten up your day. The ladies doing it. This is the only place on the internet where the women of the Crimson Tide are never neglected, always respected. We are talking about a momentum shift in Tuscaloosa that the entire nation is looking over their shoulder. This juggernaut Patrick Murphy has unleashed on the diamond. The Crimson Tide just took down number 8 Arkansas to clinch a massive top 10 series win, elevating Bama to a blistering 26-1. Yeah, they finally took an L. Somebody chipped their tooth. That's all right. And a dominant 5-1 star in the SEC. I did find out they probably got another 40 games to play, but they doing good. So they're ranked as high as number 4 in the nation. And the squad has proven that the season doubters, they just proved them wrong. They said these ladies are going to be number 9 in the SEC, and they are so far from number 9. It's crazy. And they playing with a chip on their shoulder. Thank you, haters, for pumping these ladies up. Coach Murphy has assembled a masterclass in roster construction. Like I said, I want somebody to, he need to go talk to the Courtney Morgan, talk to the team, have his players, how to work together, even though he just got to town. Vic Moten, Ambry Taylor, with veteran studs like, out there, Jocelyn Brisky is evolving to a legend before our eyes, capping the Arkansas series with a career 123 pitches and 10 strikeouts to stay perfect, 10-0 in the circle. While the hitters like Marley Giles and Alexis Papillo, who is riding a staggering 23 games where they've reached the base in 23 straight games. They are turning every bat into a nightmare for opposing pitchers. Man, we're witnessing pure history in real time. Just real history. Including the program's best 18 home runs on the opening weekend. That's a lot. They can let me stand about 100 feet from the gate. I don't think I can hit 18 home. My back's going to give out. Something's going to pull before I get to. Not going to happen. Of the teams left in the top 25, Bama has shown grit and power. I think we're still one of the few that are undefeated, along with Grand Canyon out there is still undefeated, along with them snitches up there in Tennessee. And they bring me so much joy because all this gloom and doom we've been dealing with this season, this stuff that Coach Oates has allowed to happen in the doggone SEC tournament up in the snitching state of Tennessee, it's ridiculous. In Tennessee, of all places, Coach Oates, please get it together. But I don't know, it may be too late. I think the boys are out of gas. And like I said, we're losing Aiden Holloway, losing that man to the Mary Jane, man, that's going to be tough. Hopefully somebody come out there and have that one shining moment. Or really 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, somebody needs somebody to have 4 shining moments. 2 people to have 2 shining moments for 4 games over the next to get us back into the Final Four. That would be wonderful. It's possible. Because like I said, Aiden Holloway, while he was playing, somebody was on the bench. Maybe it was a freshman, maybe it was a transfer. Somebody get their time to shine. But I'm telling you, they need some fresh legs out there. And this man needs to slow this ball down because they just can't keep running like this. And speaking of running, I'm about to do just that and get up out of here. I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Remember to watch me every Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'm trying to give y'all some 7 p.m. Eastern. Trying to give y'all some more videos out there. Hope you're enjoying the music out there that we're creating. Kind of get everybody fired up because I want everybody to be just frothing in the mouth by the time football season starts. So don't forget to smack that like button. Don't forget to Tell your friends, share these videos, share the channel with other people, because we are here for you. And don't forget, most importantly, to let the algorithm know what we're doing and poke that like button right in the eye. So until next time, getting the dry mouth. Until next time, always remember, roll, tide, roll.
Tight sports, tie, rise. Bama blood, crimson flood, legends talk. Walk that walk. Whisper grind, sharp mind, every play, every day. Tuscaloosa heat, no retreat. Title shine, champions line. Coach Brian, Coach Saban, legacy blazing, never fading. Fans unite, underlay, Tightsports rolls. All day, all night. Bama blood, crimson flood, legends talk. Dark walk. Whisper grind, sharp mind, every play, every day. Tuscaloosa heat, no retreat. Title shine, champions line. Coach Brian, Coach Saban, legacy blazing, never fading. Fans unite, underlay, Tightsports rolls. All day, all night. Bama blood, crimson flood, legends talk. Fuck that. Whisper grind, sharp mind, every play, every day. Tuscaloosa heat, no retreat. Title shine, champions line, champions line. Coach Brian, Coach Saban, legacy blazing, never fading. Treasure night, underlight, Tightsports rolls. All day, all night. Bama blood, crimson flood, legends talk. Fuck, whisper grind, sharp mind, every play, every day. Tuscaloosa heat,